Hi everyone, it's Wednesday 13th May 2020. We're looking at history today, and in history we're looking at great explorers. Last time you looked at Ibn Battuta, this time around you're going to be looking at Christopher Columbus. Pause the video and please download both worksheets from either class charts or email that we have sent you. Once you have finished your work, please send a photo of your work at year2@grange.harrow.sch.uk. Right, our aim for today is to find out more about Christopher Columbus. And what I'm looking for is for you to write about the experiences of Christopher Columbus as a message in a bottle, and also answer questions correctly about Christopher Columbus. Right, look at these two pictures and tell your grown-up or someone who's helping you at home what difference can you see between these two great explorers. So on the left is Ibn Battuta and on the right is Christopher Columbus. So when do you think Christopher Columbus lived? Where does he fit on the timeline? In your last history lesson you did look at timeline, and I'm pretty sure you had also made your own timeline as well. So Christopher Columbus is here. Where do you think he fits it on the timeline? So is it before the Tudor times, or was it during the Tudor times, or was it after the Victorian times? Have a think. Tell your adult or your brother, your sister who's helping you, where do you think he might be on the timeline? Right, let's have a look. So he's in between 1300s and 1500s, as he was born in 1451 and he died in 1506. So he lived from 1451 to 1506. When did Christopher Columbus live? Christopher Columbus was born in 1451 in Italy. His father was a wool merchant. Lots of people were building new ships to explore different parts of the world. Columbus's first trip on the sea was when he was only 13 years old. What do you think? Is the world round or flat? Christopher Columbus lived at a time when people thought the world was flat. Columbus believed it was round. Christopher Columbus learned to sail in a wooden ship with sails. He learned to find the way at sea by using the stars and the sun. He went to live in Portugal and sold maps with his brothers. He had a dream to travel west and go to India. So Portugal is here, and he wanted to travel all the way to India, which is here. So what did Christopher Columbus do? To follow his dream, Christopher Columbus needed money, so the King and Queen of Spain gave him money to buy ships. He set sail on 3rd August 1492 with 3 ships. Life on the ships. It was hard because men had no cabins to sleep in, everyone had to sleep on deck, and there was water coming in all the time, so men had to work by pumping water out to keep the ships afloat. They were on a voyage into the unknown. They did not know where they would land. How would you feel about this? How would you feel if you didn't know where you were going or what you were doing and where you would land? Tell your adult or your brother or sister who's helping you. The trip took them longer than expected and they got a bit scared. They could find no land. All they could see was ocean. They were running out of food and water. After a few months, one man spotted an island. It was in the Bahamas. Now close your eyes and imagine, how would you feel at sea all day? And how would you feel when you finally saw land? Christopher Columbus's discoveries. Christopher Columbus sailed onto Cuba and discovered new lands. They called it the New World. Native Americans lived on the island, but Christopher Columbus called them Indians because he thought he had landed in the Indies. Christopher Columbus's big problem. On Christmas night of 1492, one of his ships hit a reef and it damaged the ship. He took the other 2 ships home, leaving 40 men behind. He took some Native Americans home with him. He went back to collect his other men, but they were all dead when he got there. Right, these are the activities that you're going to be doing. So pause the video and please download the worksheets from class charts or email to complete the activities. So one of the activities is a message in a bottle, and the other one is answering questions about Christopher Columbus. This is the first activity you're going to be doing. Message in a bottle. What experiences did Columbus and his sailors encounter? On his return to Spain, Columbus's ship entered a severe storm. He threw a report of what they had discovered as a message to the Queen of Spain in a sealed bottle that he threw into the sea. What do you think he wrote in that message? Well, imagine you are Christopher Columbus returning from your first voyage. How would you be feeling? What have you discovered? What were the conditions on the ship? So please write a message on this template here. Now, did he discover America? Yes or no? No. When he arrived, there were already millions of people living there. They were called Native Americans. What happened to Christopher Columbus? Christopher Columbus sailed to America in 1502 for the 4th time, still hoping he would get to India. Instead, he ended up in Central America. His ships had holes in them, so he had to wait a whole year to sail home. When he got home, he was very ill and he died in 1506. Right, this is your second activity. What have you found out about Christopher Columbus? Using the information that I have given you, please answer the following questions. So the aim for this lesson was to find out more about Christopher Columbus, and the success criteria was to write about the experiences of Christopher Columbus as a message in a bottle and answer questions correctly about Christopher Columbus. Once you have finished your work, please send your work at year2@grange.harrow.sch.uk. Thank you. Bye.